I'm doing novice reading, and my piece is Cashmere, if you can. And my goal is to slow down and enunciate my words better. Hi, my name is Wawa. Wawa ho hot. I know, it sounds like something you'd say if you sat on a hot stove. It's a pretty ridiculous name for a person, but I'm not a person. I'm a cashmere goat. My old nanny used to love telling children's stories. This one was one of her favorites. It's about a kid from a small community of gruff citizens, a bunch of naysayers in a town off the beaten track. But Wawa doesn't let them get her goat. She hoofs her way to the city in search of fame. Cashmere, if you can, by Terron Shaefer. I live in Mongolia in a little town called New Rock City. New Rock, the big gravel. If you can make it here, you're a go. One day, a tourist left behind the Sunday Gotham Times from New York. My family just devoured it. Mom ate the theater section. My little brother, How, gobbled up sports. And my dad tried to swallow the editorials. There was one section left for me, the style section. I read it over and over, thinking about the glamorous lives the models must lead. I didn't eat a bit of it, except for the perfume samples, just to keep my breath fresh. Then, another tourist left a camera behind. I had How take photos of me in my best modeling poses. Click, click, click. He gave me the nicest compliment a little brother ever gave a sister. You don't look half ugly. I was so flattered. I mailed the pictures off to Saks Fifth Avenue. A few days later, I got a letter. Dear Miss Hot, I've never seen a woman look so lovely in a cashmere outfit. It is almost like a second skin on you. Holy flanks and flea locks! He didn't seem to know I was a goat. He thought I was a girl, and I wasn't about to tell him otherwise, especially after I read the next part. I would love you to model in our upcoming Wild About Cashmere fashion show. I'm enclosing plane tickets for you and your family. Sincerely, Mr. Sachs. We were so excited, and what a trip! We ate seat cushions and the oxygen mask and the headphones. We ate everything on the plane but the in-flight meal. It was cannelloni, and it was terrible. We got to New York and met a cab driver named Mr. Zong. When he heard this was our first trip to the city, he gave us a special rate. JFK to Manhattan for $728 plus tip. What a nice man. 5 hours later, we got to Saks. It was the most beautiful place I'd ever seen. I thought there'd be more Saks. It was getting late. I still had to prepare for the fashion show. I asked my family not to come with me. If they know I'm a goat, they'll never let me be a model. My parents looked sad, but they understood. Don't worry, Wawa. We cannot find a point in the city. I just hope we don't look weird. They left just in time. Mr. Sachs appeared and whisked me into the store where employees were waiting to help me get ready for the fashion show. First stop, shoe department for high heels. I wear a size 2 on my left feet and a size 6 on my right. This helps me stand on hillsides. Next, the famous Red Door Salon, where 2 men trimmed, teased, streaked, and blew out my cashmere. She doesn't look like a typical model. Agree. She looks like, oh no, my secret was being revealed. She looks like Holly Goat Lightly. Agree. Then I went to the perfume department, where 2 women sprayed me and sprayed me and sprayed me. For some reason, she's a little goatee. Keep spraying. The last step was makeup. Rouge, lipstick, mascara, pancake, mousse. My stomach growled. I could have eaten it all. I was so famished, but I was too nervous to eat. The last thing I had eaten was the in-flight magazine on the plane. Meanwhile, my mom, dad, and brother were having their own adventures in the city. Little Hao fell asleep on the subway, and when he woke up, he was covered in graffiti. He walked into an art supply store on Soho, wiped his face on one canvas, shook the paint off his body onto another one, and in the process created 2 masterpieces. Mom was hoping to see a Broadway musical. When she couldn't get tickets, she decided to buy herself a treat. A street vendor sold her a $7 purse designed by Chewy Vuitton. The workmanship was bad. The flavor was even worse. Mom learned 2 very valuable lessons. Watch what you eat on the streets of New York, and stay away from knockoffs. They lack taste. As for Dad, he found a hill that never seemed to end. This is a good idea of heaven. Up on the roof of Saks, just as the sun was setting, the fashion show begun. Everyone was there. Celebrities, designers, the whole city. In the back row, trying not to be seen, was my family. And in the front row, smiling proudly, was Mr. Saks. I was a model now. I was proud. I was beautiful. But mostly, I was starving. As I strutted down the catwalk, I couldn't take my eyes off the flowers on Mr. Saks' lapel. They looked so yummy. Well, I just lost it. I leapt off the stage and onto Mr. Saks. I ate the delicious flower and a good deal of his suit too. Help! My supermodel is a go! Saks security, the best dressed in the business, raced to the rooftop. I scampered with goat-like grace to the top of the chimney. As the crowd gathered around me, I knew that my career as a model was over. I'm sorry I tried to fool you all. I'm just a goat. My beautiful Cashmere and her cheese isn't bad either. I should be what I was meant to be, and take pride in who I am. Everyone was silent. Then Mr. Saks began to applaud. The crowd joined in. My dad whistled, my mom cried, and Hao proclaimed, "Hey, that's my sister!" A designer stepped forward and held up a hand for silence. I applaud this girl's bravery, for I too have a secret. I started out as a kid growing up on a farm. I'm Jean-Paul Gaultier, and I am a goat. I'm a dog, barked Yves Saint Bernard. Well, I bet you didn't know that most fashion designers are actually animals, and they all hired me to model their clothes. The Ha family is loving life in the city. Ha sells a lot of paintings, and Mom wrote a Broadway show. Even Dad found a job driving taxis. As for me, well, I'm now Saks' top model. We have a wonderful home right on the roof of Saks Fifth Avenue. Drop by and see us next time you're in the store. New York City, New York, New York, the Big Apple. If you can make it here, you're a go.